Hey guys, Aidandabest here, and before this review officially starts, I just wanted to add a record little message before this. So, quick little life update. I've been working on Fallen Angels episode 9, so that should be coming out soon. And I am starting my senior year. So, meaning, upload shouldn't slow down, because I have a few videos that will come out at a later date, like Clue 2 on my perspective of J.G. Crafter's roleplay that he's been making, well, sequel to his roleplay. So yeah, so just a little life update there. Uploads shouldn't stop, but school is starting soon, so I'm going to try to keep up with uploads. So I'm going to record the rest of these reviews with Emily and Jacob soon, and eventually try to get them out once or a few times a week, I think. I don't know. I haven't decided how often I want to produce these. Anyways, on with the review. Take it away, past Aidan. Hey guys, Aidandabest video. Today, I'll be joined by Emily the Little Nightwolf and Jacob Butter.
Well, met loads of ladies.
Hi.
Just hi. Wow. Yeah. So
it's like recording with BB.
So yeah, we were gonna so backstory to this before we start this review. I was gonna review the series as it came out, but then I just kept getting behind on recording these reviews and actually reviewing it until now, where I was like, you know what? We're just gonna review the whole series after the fact, like episode by episode, because we need Jacob to go through another character arc.
Okay, but so far I enjoy this series, and therefore my character arc would basically be me growing to hate it.
Oh yeah, then no character arc. You don't develop as a character. You stay very stagnant forever. But yeah, we get to hear kind of our thoughts on it. So let's start with the title of the episode. So this one focuses on the Spud Buds and them trying to get Maggie's suitcase back after the pilot happened. So it's called The Silence of the Yams. I like that title. Thoughts on the title?
There's a lot of clever wordplay in this episode that we're definitely going to cover extensively.
Yeah. So I definitely really like the animation of the series. I like how cartoony it gets. It's good.
Yeah, true. It is a definite contrast to what I've seen on Glitch already, but I suspect not so much on the main channel, right?
Well, the main channel doesn't really have animation. I believe they use Machinima. I don't know what they do, what programs they're using, because they export custom models in. But yeah, it's definitely Machinima. Some sort of Machinima. And SMG4.
Exporting custom models is animation. Yeah.
Yeah, but it's not really animation in this sense, where, like, it's just, recording with custom models flying around and stuff. It's hard to describe. But yeah, so on the whole, I thought this episode's a solid episode, and I actually really enjoyed it. We get to focus on the Spud Buds a bit, and we get to learn more about... I don't know his name. What are the Spud Buds' names? Oh no!
Well, we know one of them is named Duke. But I don't know about
Duke.
The other ones.
Yeah, we get to focus on Duke this episode, and his love for music, and yeah. I don't know. I just found this episode to be enjoyable. It had a few running jokes and stuff that carried on, like earlier in the thing, it was Maggie says, well, it starts with Ori going, oh man, I have the power of belief, I can do this, and then almost falls, but then,
the actual episode starts, of course, in the Star Wars Cantina scene.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, but, they're basically running jokes in this episode, and I do like it, and
where we encounter the real victim of this, of this series. The fish that's stuck in that trumpet for ages.
Oh, yeah! Oh, jeez, I feel bad for that trumpet. Yeah, so it starts basically off with a cantina scene, kind of, where basically they're just all kind of like the Spud Buds kind of attack and steal the trumpet with the fish in it. I feel bad for the fish. Like, the fish is forever singing in that trumpet. Or maybe it's like a dead fish, and it would smell horrible.
Yeah, that'd be... I mean...
What
it kind of reminds me of the concept of, like, a pink flute.
Out of a dead fish.
I don't know. Why is there a fish in a trombone?
Because, haven't you heard? The fishes apparently make a great instrument.
Yeah. And then we get the intro, or the shortened intro, which, side note, I don't like the shortened intro in the series. Because shortened intro, to me, feels like it too abruptly cuts to the ending. and there's just not enough time to breathe. So I don't want to spend too much time on that, but I definitely feel like I do like the longer intro, but I just felt like the shortened version of the intro just doesn't really work as well. It just feels so abrupt. So
Yeah, because I mean, obviously, shortened intros are par for the course in a lot of series, actually.
yeah,
But also, this cut in particular, it's much starker because obviously the melody was not composed from the ground up to be to work in a shortened version and in a longer version, like with most animes, which is weird enough. Actually, what the intro reminds me of. In general, the actual song itself, I haven't had time to properly listen to the lyrics because I was just kind of given the intro to watch before we started.
yeah,
But it does seem I do like the way that they've actually used a sort of anime-esque intro for this, but they have the song in English. Makes it much
yeah.
easier
I
to
mean,
actually memorize
honestly,
the
I
song.
will say Meta Runner's theme sounded much more like an English translation to an anime's theme song, though. Like Meta Runner season 2 especially.
Maybe.
Felt very anime-esque. Well, English translation. Like, I do like to watch sometimes anime covers. I mean, anime theme covers by creators because I don't know. I think the anime songs sound good. I just like hearing them in English, so I actually know what the song's actually saying. You know. Because I don't like when I don't like. I mean, I like the songs on their own because they sound beautiful, but it's just hard to get into the lyrics because obviously I don't know what they're saying. I just hear words in quick succession in another language. I'm like, what are they saying?
Yes,
Yeah.
well, with a lot of people, it's all down to exposure therapy, pretty much.
Yeah, but so yeah, basically they find the Spuds, and they chase them down, and we get a cool chase scene. You
Yeah,
know.
well, we learned that Meggy is surprisingly slow for a person of her height. She's got
Yeah.
that body strength, as she does point
Yeah,
out.
I mean, yeah, she can punt things. I would punt all the Spuds, all those those
You
potatoes.
should have just picked them up and put them in a fryer. Simple. You have food and your suitcase back.
I think that they're living sentient beings, though, and you would have to kill
Yes.
them first. You would have to kill
Oh, well,
them to eat
You know what
them.
they say about
No,
sentient
Bring
spuds?
them
You slash
alive,
them.
obviously.
The sentient spuds was to receive the supervisor slash. If you
Oh,
couldn't tell, there
jeez.
was a lot of sentences they had in this episode where they were just using pure sibilant, which is basically words that begin with the letter S. Like all the way throughout, because Megan gets named the supervisor, although I guess she probably could have been the superintendent supervisor if they wanted to go even further with the wordplay. But honestly, there wasn't much further they could actually go. I feel like they almost used up everything. I was trying to think throughout our actual reaction, like how I could add to this joke of sibilance going throughout, and like the improvisation was actually much harder than normally is.
Yeah.
Normally, when I watch this kind of thing, I'm complaining like, "Oh, they could have used that joke there or something. They could have had this wordplay," but no, this time they definitely used the most out of that. I wonder if that's going to become a running thing or not. If they just drop it. Not sure.
But yeah, I definitely really enjoy that. So basically, they go back. You know, they are like asking Duke, like, "Yo, tell us where your friends are," and then he's like, "Oh yeah, I want to be a musician." Yeah.
There was a bit more to it than that. It's
I'm-
because of the fact. It's because of the Duke stole the fish trumpet that they
Yeah.
kind of put two and two together after a bit of a good cop bad cop routine.
Yeah. I mean, honestly,
thanks
for
for
me in this
mentioning they had
episode,
some
like,
great-
there isn't really much of the bad for me to say. Like, you know, there isn't much of the bad for me to go into, if that makes any sense.
Yeah, I feel like they're much better when they're at this kind of gag humor almost. Like there's like the serious nature of Meta Runner sometimes works to its disadvantage, but a lot of the wacky stuff in this universe, like explosions not being allowed on weekdays, implying that there's a lot of stuff that blows up on Saturday and Sunday. There's stuff like that where you just think, okay, I'm just gonna give in to the madness because that's clearly what we're in right now. And Maggie did say in the actual long version of the intro she wanted that to stay. So clearly it's supposed to contrast.
Yeah, I definitely felt like this episode was good. I mean, the finer plot point, I don't know. It was a very simplistic plot, but it was a very enjoyable story and with lots of good jokes and gags plotted through it,
I was definitely expecting the Spud Buds to last a little bit longer than they actually did.
Kind
simply
of.
because The pilot makes it seem like they're set up to be like the through line big bads of the series, and then suddenly at the end and when finally we almost retrieve Maggie's suitcase, which again for episode 2 came remarkably close to doing that, suddenly a new person comes along and steals it. Like, what is she hiding in there?
It's just valuables, pretty much, that she wants back, that she likes.
It's mess.
Yeah, but keep in mind, like the main bad guys of the series are basically Whisk the cat, the Funky Force, and the Spuds, and then there's Benedict, the main villain of the series. So basically, for the next few episodes, up until the end of episode 6, they kind of cycle through villains every few episodes, and that's how they do it, basically, with this series. And then from episode 7 onwards is pretty much focused on Benedict and the main villain and all the villains teaming up, pretty much. That's how the season goes for the most part. Well, they're all working for Benedict, but it's a interesting plot line that goes. But yeah,
so it's almost like rivalry among all the thieves that are secretly all.
They're not really rivals. They're more like individual antagonists that I guess get a spotlight. Which, looking back at the season, was good. That each villain got like a few episode or two to themselves to get a major focus on them before Benedict became the main focus of the last few episodes of the season. So at least made it feel like the villains each had something else going on.
Maybe there is something to reviewing these episodes after the series has fully concluded, because now you've got the power of hindsight.
Yeah, but this episode was definitely really good. And yeah. Any major thoughts you got, Emily?
It was quite attention grabbing, because I'm gonna be honest here. I've been playing Animal Crossing like this entire thing, but there's been like every 5 seconds I've just been turning to watch while I'm trying to do fishing. So quite attention grabbing with like words and sounds and stuff. So I think they have that going for them. So piques curiosity.
Yeah. And an unintentional AFMA reference too, when it goes into a silhouette form as the one character is getting shot in the chest. We all remember that visual from My Street, don't we?
Oh yeah. Actually, fun fact, they brought back that visual later on.
Of course, the star saved the supervisor of Sunset.
Anyways, I hope anything else you want to add? Wait, real quick, do you guys want to add any more thoughts or not?
I don't think so. I'm just scrolling through to see if I've forgotten anything in particular. Remember everyone, but self-belief is good, but upper body strength is better.
Yes. Very true. True thoughts. But yeah. In general, I think this episode was great. Go subscribe to everyone in the links below. Subscribe to me. Go subscribe to Glitch and actually watch the episode, because I do recommend checking it out. Anyways, I'm going to end a review here. Hope you leave a like, comment, share, and subscribe. And yeah, subscribe. Please.
And ask yourself whether potatoes bleed mashed potatoes.
Oh yeah, that's a good point. How come the Spuds survived being absorbed in a vacuum?
Yeah.
Because cartoon logic.
Okay, sure. I feel like their entrails would have been splashed about, but fair enough.
Yeah.
So they'll become mashed potatoes.
Anyways, I'm gonna end it here. Now, bye!